been a big drifter. They're set.
Racing. Dexterous on the inside, jumped fairly. After the start, Lashed has gone back with also Show and Power. Away quickly, Deputy Head and also Plenary Indulgence. Regal Tess is further out, pushing forward, just behind those Barrenjoey Sunrise from Datana. Over on the inside, Dexterous. They've gone to the top of the hill, and the leader is Plenary Indulgence from Regal Tess. Outside it, and now Deputy Head quickly drops in third. Fourth is Barrenjoey Sunrise, a length and a half to two. Further back, fifth is Dexterous. They're followed by Fuji Dancer, then Dantana. The inside, then I'll Be Gone. Three further back, Saints Union. Outside, Lashed, and 2.5, Show and Power. At the 800-metre mark, and Plenary Indulgence, a half Regal Tess. A length further back to the outside now is Deputy Head third. 2 lengths further back, Barrenjoey Sunrise from Fuji Dancer, Dexterous. Dantana a little wide, I'll Be Gone the fence. 2 to Lashed, and then Saints Union. 10 to 12 lengths off them at the moment, and 2 lengths Show and Power. The leader is Plenary Indulgence, 5.50 out, a neck in front of Regal Tess. A half Deputy Head, 2.5, then Barrenjoey Sunrise from Fuji Dancer. Then Dexterous, Dantana a long way off, so Saints Union last in the turn, and I'll Be Gone back to the fence, flattening out for the run home, and Deputy Head going up to tackle this leader, but here's Fuji Dancer coming at them quickly. Fuji Dancer's quickly raced up and took the lead now from Deputy Head. Then to the outside, down the middle with a late run, Dexterous with a big run. Fuji Dancer in front, Dexterous packing it back quickly. Dexterous going home better, and Dexterous will get up and beat Fuji Dancer, although flashing home Lashed on the fence, but Dexterous a half length to Lashed, and ahead third is Fuji Dancer. So the fillies 1, 2, 3 in that race. Further back than Deputy Head. They're followed the inside by I'll Be Gone, a gap of the race in Show and Power. Barrenjoey Sunrise, Plenary Indulgence dropped out quickly, and the Saints Union is back towards the tail. It's third last, second last Dantana, and Regal Tess is last of all.
And number 12, Dexterous, to pay 12.24.60 from 10 Lash, 2.70 for third. Number 7, Fuji Dancer, 2.60.
Number 12, Dexterous. It's been a pretty clever ride here by Fenwick, because it did draw the one gate and was back on the inside, but he's been able to come sailing down the middle to win on number 12, Dexterous. Brendan Fenwick quickly picked up Fuji Dancer, who got very leg-weary in the dying stages, and up on the inside, Lashed has made good ground to get into a second ahead of Fuji Dancer, number 7. So it's 12, 10 and 7. 12, 10 and 7. Dexterous first, Brendan Fenwick.
Ratings going in this order. Sunday Arta ahead of My Lavinia, Carla Keys and Summer Rule. 6, 7, 5 and 1. My Lavinia's at big odds. And it's $17 by comparison with most of those others on page 1. Sunday Arta, Mark Zara is all of the rage. Mystic Melodies a $25 chance. Wayne Harris has made it Pfizer ahead of Shook. Very good form lines. Then Micah's Pride and Trail of Gold. 2, 4, 15 and 12. The 12 shapes up with lovely odds. Trail of Gold. About to go forward, some good fillies have won the Car Stakes in history as we rejoin once again Ian Craig.
Hello, Brendan. Yes, the field is at the barrier. Rajon, the second of the day, is the San Miguel James H.B. Carr, named in honour of Sir James Carr, who served on the AJC committee from 1955. He was vice chairman in 1969 and elected chairman in 74. He was knighted for his services to racing in 1982, retired from the committee in 1983. Great fella, James H.B. Carr. Open race, Pfizer the popular pick here, number 2, $4 and $1.80. Micah's Pride, number 15, $6, $2.30. Number 5 at $6.90 and $2.70. That's Bridal Hill. And $7.20 and $2.50 for number 4, Shook. First of the day, won by Masquerado and won very well. Nice colt. Darren Beedman aboard. He led pretty well all the way today, and he came from behind to win at his debut at Canterbury, so he's versatile. He beat 4 King of Passion, 6 January, and 2 Rambling ran 4th. Menang coming forward now, trained by Lee Friedman in the Guri Pastoral colours. Had a slight setback when she arrived in Sydney, but apparently has worked well this week. Now Pfizer is coming forward. Only about 5 to move in here for the second race of the day, including Honey Rider, Trail of Gold, Paladama, Shook and Jetanova. Pfizer, very good run first up from a spell. Pfizer ridden by Rod Quinn on that occasion, and the Sapphire ran 5th behind Fair Embrace. That was her first start since the 7th of April. The Golden Slipper, in fact, last year. Well, we'll see how she goes second up. Jetanova and Shook to come in. 1400 the journey. Crowd is building all the time, and at a comparative stage, I'd say it's bigger today than last Saturday.
Let's see who else we got there. 1, 2.
Now, riderless is Honey Rider. On course here, Pfizer still a clear-cut favourite. Little money for Shook late. Second pick, Micah's Pride. Rider on Jetanova. Waiting for Honey Rider to go forward. She's in now, Honey Rider. Rider will remount in the gates. Jetanova, a lovely type of filly. By golly, she's a good sort. Jetanova, she's by Jet Ball from Navratilova. Gee, she was well named Navratilova by Famous Star. Shook, owned by His Excellency Nasser Luter in the Rogie colours here today, because His Excellency races Pfizer. And Shook walks into a very wide gate. Stall number 16, the outside, and we're ready for action. The second of the day here. Racing this time, and they came away in a good line. Honey Rider jumped quickly, so did Roaring Forties. Grand Jurors right up with the leaders, and not far away is Micah's Pride, followed by Puzzle Book, and then Bridal Hill and LA France out very wide. A length and a half further back is Pfizer, followed by Shook, and then a gap to Apo Quality, followed by Seesaw, and then comes Twilight Rose, Paladama, and then a long way back to Trail of Gold. Second last is Jetanova, and about 5 lengths off to Menang. They come down to the 850, and Grand Juror is the leader now from Honey Rider. Micah's Pride is third from LA France, and then Roaring Forties, Puzzle Book, Bridal Hill. A couple of lengths further away on the inside, Seesaw, and a half to the favourite Pfizer. A couple to Paladama, Apo Quality, followed by Shook, and then Trail of Gold. A good margin off to Jetanova, and the same can be said for Twilight Rose, and about 4 or 5 lengths to Menang. They're stringing right out as they come around the corner, and Grand Juror, the leader from Honey Rider. Micah's Pride is tracking them, followed by LA France and 2 to Bridal Hill. Roaring Forties, Puzzle Book, and a length and a half to Shook and Pfizer, who are racing very, very tight. Micah's Pride trying to get up on the rails in the meantime. Honey Rider hits the front, LA France, and now Shook and Pfizer, and coming right down the outside is Trail of Gold. Trail of Gold with a really fast burst has gobbled them up and put pay to them very easily. Trail of Gold from Pfizer and LA France, and then Shook. Bridal Hill, Honey Rider, Twilight Rose, Apo Quality, Seesaw, Grand Juror. Roaring Forties, Micah's Pride dropped out from Paladama, Puzzle Book, Menang, and Absolute was Jetanova.
One of the Wayne Harris late mail selections collects the cash, and Brent Stanley is back in town aboard Trail of Gold for victory and collects the cash at huge odds. The 12 and Trail of Gold. Dane Win filly, Gerald Ryan puts the polish on, coming off a 4th behind Republic Lass at Canterbury a month back, and hasn't that gone on to be good form line? And had some problems on that occasion, but raced away. Now the minor issue between the 2 and the 7, Pfizer's in there, LA France is in there, Shook is in there. So we'll await that to be confirmed. It's 12.27's been confirmed. 12.27 across the line, confirmed. And first 4, with number 4 in 4th position, is $10,347.90. So 12.2. If you've boxed up Wayne Harris's selections, you are on top of the world. $7.20 the place for LA France, perhaps showing glimpses of the form she's very capable of, the Hennessy filly out of the Gay Waterhouse yard, after running that 3rd, 4th going the way of Shook. $10,347.90. Cheltenham, that is the scene. 5 minutes of betting time.
Looking for a bit of form in the white and red colours. A little late move on course now for Carla Keys, trimming up to something like her tote price of $4.50. Here's 10th going in, not far away from a start now. Previous race it was 12, 10 and 7. Dexterous coming from well back, and the first it was 3, 4 and 6. Zabuan taken out the hurdle. Mystic Melody to move in for Peter Mertens will have them right to go. Surround handicap over 1,600 metres. Now she's coming up into the line. Barrier attendants pushing her into the stall, so they're set to go. 1,600. Race number 3 about to go. Little movement from Carla Keys, and she missed the start slightly, and Sundiata was also one of the slowest to bounce out. Quietly Adamant, My Lavinia first to appear, with now going forward quickly and trying to find the lead here, Mystic Melody. She goes to the front. Sundiata improves up into fourth placing over on the outside of Summer Rule, 10th, and Carla Keys, after an awkward beginning, is back at the tail today. Mystic Melody at the 1200 metres in front, led by 3/4. Quietly Adamant up second on the outside, a length and a half to My Lavinia. Then Summer Rule on the inside, followed by Sundiata. 1.5 further back is 10th, who's racing outside Carla Keys. As they go past 1,000 metres, Mystic Melody controlling the tempo, and it hasn't been all that fast. Led by Neck out to the railway side. Quietly Adamant second. My Lavinia is easing out 3 wide third. 2 lengths to Summer Rule, Sundiata and 10th on the outside of those two as they go by the 800. Carla Keys last in what looks like being a sprint home. Up the side of Bunchfield now, and it's Mystic Melody on the inside. Out wide is My Lavinia as they came up the side, and Quietly Adamant is in the centre of that trio. 2 lengths further back, Summer Rule inside 10th. Sundiata second last coming up towards the turn, and Carla Keys. My Lavinia at the 400 drew a half length in front from Mystic Melody and Quietly Adamant. They come around the turn now. Summer Rule getting up on the inside, and Sundiata easing out wide to mount her challenge in the straight. She's come the widest. My Lavinia led. Mystic Melody coming back fairly well on the inside. Summer Rule, Sundiata are next, passing the 200. My Lavinia in front. Summer Rule's getting to the outside and coming hard now. Summer Rule's raced up to My Lavinia and Mystic Melody, and Summer Rule. Summer Rule came away for Neville Wilson to beat My Lavinia. Mystic Melody kicked back for third. A gap Sundiata trailed in by Quietly Adamant. Carla Keys never in it after a slow start, and 10th dropped out last. In one.
$5.73, $4.50. No third dividend. Perhaps the 6th Sundiata in 4th position. First 4 to be confirmed. New South Wales, the Quinella is straight up, $36.70. Trifecta, $691.80. Awaiting Unitab and Supertab details. And also the New South Wales first 4. That's the third race on the card. And Neville Wilson, the experience of Neville Wilson, gets that winner home. Greg Urell is the trainer. And a better result for those who were the late male fans. The 6 finishing apparently in 4th, but we'll get that confirmed as soon as we can. In the meantime, Dougal's Luck's the second favourite at Eagle Farm, or almost equal tote favourite. We'll need no luck because Larry Olsen will steer us the way of a winner. Larry, it wasn't too good in the last race, but I'm sure you've got a winner here.
Yeah, Brendan. I had him this morning.
Time. Well, this is an interesting race. Will it be Gay Waterhouses with her 3 horses at the top of the weights who could perhaps provide her with another moment in racing history, another trifecta? Time will tell. And there's the dividends at Eagle Farm, 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. The Frank Packer Plate has so often produced such good winners. Will it be the case in 2002? Let's return to the track.
And spurred on won it last year, Brendan, beating Hebe Rebe and Life is Beautiful. Gay Waterhouse, of course, training spurred on. She's got the top 3 here as far as the order is concerned, including Arlington Road, number 1, who's been very, very heavily backed on track. By gee, there's been some money for him. A little late money on course for the New Zealander, Mr. Dad and Dave, a lovely gelding by Honour Grades. So that seems to be the late summation of the Frank Packer Plate. Arlington Road, $3 now on the New South Wales Wintote, now down to $2.90, $2.91.60. And then we've got number 5 at $8.80 Wet Lips, and at $9.50 for number 14 Moon Flute. Mr. Dad and Dave on the New South Wales Tote is $10 currently. As they start to move in. Previous race went to 12 Trail of Gold. Brent Stanley, quite an authoritative win. She beat 2 Pfizer, and the 7 was third. Right, John joins us now, just checking that previous race. 12 Trail of Gold, Brent Stanley beating 2 Pfizer, 7 LA France, 4 Chouk, 4th on the first Masquerado, 1 Darren Beedman, 4 King of Passion, 6 January and 2 Rambling. Now just repeating that Arlington Road has been very heavily tried to win the Frank Packer Plate. Sir Frank served on the AJC committee for many, many years. And he had some great racehorses in his ownership too. Arlington Road, very well tried. Back to $3 in New South Wales, $1.60 and repeating. Just a little late money for Mr. Dad and Dave. The race is over the 2,000 metres. And we've got Sakan Damon, one of the 3 Waterhouse representatives. And Ben Menang to come forward. Go with Arlington Road, Sakandamon and Solitary Soldier. Sakandamon is set, and up comes Ben Menang, who's been racing very well. And now all is in readiness for the Frank Packer Plates. Racing this time. Jumped in a nice even line, and the Arc one of the best out. Arlington Road is shooting up looking for the lead and gets it with ease, and certainly Arlington Road leads Valedict. Ben Menang going into third posse, followed by Prosecution around Wet Lips. On a high is next, a length and a half to Navy Blue, followed on the inside by the Arc. To Sakandamon on the outside of Bust Up, and then Total Rush, Moon Flute, Solitary Soldier next to last, and the New Zealander Mr. Dad and Day whips them in. To the back, 1400 to go, and the heavily tried Arlington Road keen to run. To the break on Ben Menang, getting over nicely from the wide alley. Third is Valedict, and then Prosecution, Wet Lips on a high, followed by the Arc Navy Blue. Sakandamon on the outside of Bust Up, and then Total Rush, Moon Flute, Solitary Soldier, and last Mr. Dad and Dave. It'd have to be 20 lengths from Arlington Road. And as they race onto the far corner near the 1100, and Arlington Road pilots the field in the Packer Plate. A length and 3/4 on Ben Menang. 4 to Valedict and 2 Prosecution. Another 2 lengths to Wet Lips from on a high, the Arc, then Navy Blue, Bust Up, Sakandamon. Total Rush, Solitary Soldier, Mr. Dad and Dave, and on its inside is Moon Flute. Coming down the side of the track, and they're at the 800 now, and it's Arlington Road, a couple of lengths on Ben Menang, and 6 to Valedict. Then the Victorian, one of them, Prosecution from Wet Lips, the Arc on a high. 1 Navy Blue, Bust Up, Sakandamon, Solitary Soldier. Third last, Total Rush. Second last, Mr. Dad and Dave, and Moon Flute is last as they come around the corner. And Arlington Road backed off the map, railing nicely, straightens up a length and a half. Ben Menang, similar margin on a high. Prosecution followed by Valedict, and then Navy Blue. Wet Lips and a couple, Sakandamon. Arlington Road comes down to the distance at the 200 marker. A length on a high, starting to take ground off the favourite, and 2 to Prosecution. Muntz shaking up Arlington Road. On a high, can't get near Arlington Road, and Arlington Road is racing away and lands some huge bets to win the Packer Plates. Arlington Road all the way from on a high, and Navy Blue. Then Prosecution, Solitary Soldier, followed home by Sakandamon. A gap then to Wet Lips, Mr. Dad and Dave, Valedict, Ben Menang, Total Rush, Moon Flute, the Arc, and Bust Up has finished last. Well, they didn't muck around. The bigger punters wanted to back one and one only, as we mentioned earlier, and their judgment was 100% correct. Straight after the jump, Chris Muntz accelerated on Arlington Road, got the Danehill gelding across onto the fence, and thereafter he strung them out like Brown's cows. And a low on a high made a short-lived dash down near the 300. Arlington Road was a mile too good. Has paid $3 on the New South Wales win tote and $1.50 for the place. The second and the third placings, number 4 will be second. On a high, ran a terrific race. Glenn Boss replaced Justin Sheehan and has paid $3.40. You'll find number 8 will get third in front of number 7. And that's the way it is. 8 Navy Blue, Damien Oliver. And number 7 Prosecution, 4th Brett Preble. So it's 1 Arlington Road, $3, $1.50 in New South Wales. 4 on a high, Glenn Boss, $3.40. And number 8 Navy Blue, Damien Oliver, $3.57 4th. The Quinella, $15.20. Exacta, $24.60. The trifecta, $352. And the first 4, $2,468 neat. The winning time was 2:02.42.
2:02.42. Okay, thanks for that, Ian. Ian Craig there from Randwick after the running of race number 3 on the card. One of these at Cheltenham's just playing up a little. And there's Filatimo. 2 great runs first up. Perhaps today will be the day as we return to the track.
Roxar, the heavily tried favourite. He keeps creeping up on the weights without winning. He's got 58 on the back today. Classic Benbara, red with the white stars. Filatimo in the cerise. Saw Dexterous carry these colours to victory in the second on the program. Dark White has moved in company with Filatimo. We need Walk on Ice and Classic Benbara to move in, and we'll have them ready to go. Walk on Ice coming in now. So Classic Benbara, who's got the outside barrier, field of 9, 1400. First leg of the quaddie coming up. Roxar the favourite. All in. Set to go. Racing now. and Classic Benbara out the back at the start, and King Wyndham won the jump and led narrowly to Roxar, Walk on Ice. Mr. Bombastic and Mr. Gold Flyers up there making a line of 5. In behind them, Filatimo, Dark Wine, followed by Mad Harry and Classic Benbara last. Walk on Ice splits that line and goes out near the 1,000, leading a little over a length. In second placing, Mr. Bombastic pulling up to close that gap to 3/4. King Wyndham third the inside. Roxar gets a good trail in fourth placing, a length and a half further back, Mr. Gold Flyer. Over on the inside came Dark Wine, and they're trailed by Filatimo, Mad Harry and Classic Benbara, 7 off the leader. Up the side, Walk on Ice leaving the fence. King Wyndham can come through on the inside. Mr. Bombastic third, and then Roxar. 2 lengths Mr. Gold Flyer, followed by Dark Wine. 2 lengths then Filatimo, Mad Harry, Classic Benbara. Walk on Ice came to the turn about a neck in front of Mr. Bombastic, King Wyndham. Roxar now hard ridden, and Mr. Goldflyer's gone up past him coming home, and then Dark Wine and Filatimo into the straight. Walk on Ice from Mr. Bombastic and Mr. Goldflyer wider out. Going for a run on the inside, Dark Wine and King Wyndham, and then Roxar. Walk on Ice still in front inside the 200. Roxar, Mr. Bombastic and Mr. Goldflyer battling along, and Filatimo and Classic Benbara are coming. Walk on Ice still in front, nearing the 50-metre mark. He's under the whip in front of Roxar and Classic Benbara, and Walk on Ice, I think, just held Classic Benbara, who's very wide out. Close up, Roxar, Filatimo, Dark Wine, and then Mr. Goldflyer. Back behind those were Mad Harry, and towards the end, Mr. Bombastic and King Wyndham. Stand by for numbers. Walk on Ice has done all the work in front, and I think he'll hold on. Classic Benbara's made a big bid on the outside. Here's the number 2, Walk on Ice. Vincent Caddy has got there. Number 2, Walk on Ice. He's just lasted. One more bound, and Classic Benbara, who's come from last, would have nailed him right on the post. But Walk on Ice has got home for Vincent Caddy, and third to number 1, Roxar. Again, an honest performance, but still only a minor placing as he continues to creep up in the weights. Fourth was number 7, Filatimo, who's come from well back, and they've run 125.43, 125.43, 231, and fourth place to number 7.
And first 4 will be confirmed New South Wales in just a moment. Second pick there from Alf Matthews in his late mail, 2, 3, 1, and number 7 in fourth. So the head-on will show you the swooping runs out wide, particularly Classic Benbara left of screen, Filatimo in the All Cerise. But Walk on Ice, Vince Caddy extracting the best from this Rami 5-year-old who does relish racing at the Caulfield circuit. That is the scene there as we check out Caulfield's market, should I say our dividends, as we await the first 4 divvy to be confirmed. In the meantime, Eagle Farm not too far away as the runners head out. He's back in winning form, back in Quinella form. Larry, let's try again for the trifecta.
Yeah, Brendan, a bit of a tough race here. There's an equal lot amongst this. Look, I had the 7 on top this morning. I'm still good at
Group 1 racing right through the rest of the program. And we'll be hitting Group 1s the next 3 races after this. The last on the card is worthy of a Group 1 with Falvalon, a Group 1 winner engaged, Mystigic, a Group 1 winner engaged, Spinning Hill, a Group 1 winner engaged. So it's a fantastic race, and that is the last race on the card, Falvalon resuming. But in the meantime, we focus our attention on the Emancipation Stakes. And at Group 2 level, the latest in betting, we'll get a chance to look at the full market for you over this mile trip. Big crowd in. People are young and old for the final day of the big autumn carnival. Ticklemire has eased out money. Tempest Morn down from there. Hosanna remains firm. Omens and Miss Zoe have eased slightly. Out to $11 is Gentle Genius. Now good support comes for the third of the John Hawkes runners, Agile. Now into $7.40. Starting to move in, we return trackside for the Emancipation Stakes.
Riderless over here at the moment is Veloci, so let's take stock again on the tote, number 6. And that is Hosanna, $4.60 and $2. Number 2, Tickle My, $4.90 and $2.10. And the third pick is number 12 at $7.40 and $2.80, and that is Agile. So John Hawkes a strong hand, Hosanna, Omens and Agile. Now, there's about 8 of them to move in here at headquarters for the Establishment Hotel Emancipation Stakes, taken out last year by Heather, ridden by Larry Cassidy, beating Poppet and More Haste. Beat the Fade, won it in 2000, staging in 99, Parley in 98, Alma Zayu in 97. A lot of interstate interest here in Tickle My from Victoria. Certainly Fate Gallant. Gosh, it doesn't seem that long ago that Fate Gallant was down here competing in the prestigious 2-year-old races of the autumn. How time gets away. She's been racing very, very well for Nerida Cowell. By Brave Warrior, Chrissy Muntz in the saddle. And, of course, Chris had a great association, didn't he, with Brave Warrior. Now, Paris Heartbeat and Tempest Morn are the only two out for the Establishment Hotel Emancipation Stakes over the 1,600 metres. Paris Heartbeat walks forward. And the Guri-owned Tempest Morn coming in now. Jimmy Cassidy aboard. She settles Tempest Morn, and we'll soon see action. Racing in the Emancipation, that was a great start. Paris Heartbeat, one of the best out. Tempest Morn from a wide alley got out quickly. Omens moving forward, and then Snow Hero. Gentle Genius is nice and handy as they settle, followed by Fate Gallant, and then Veloci and Agile, followed by very wide out Miss Zoe. Sybil driving up between horses, followed by Hosanna, Call Me Lily, and 2 lengths the Victorian mare Tickle My. 1,100 to go, and Omens is the leader now. Tempest Morn in second, Posse. Paris Heartbeat back to third, followed by Snow Hero, wider out as Agile, and then Gentle Genius, Fate Gallant. A couple of lengths to Sybil, followed by Veloci on the outside of Hosanna, Call Me Lily, Miss Zoe, second last, and a length and a half to Tickle My. Down to the halfway marker at the 800, and Omens leads the way. Out a length and a half on Tempest Morn, followed closely by Paris Heartbeat. Snow Hero on its outside, and then a gap to Agile. Gentle Genius, Fate Gallant, a length to Sybil, Call Me Lily, Veloci. Hosanna badly placed over on the rails from Miss Zoe, and Tickle Myers Absolute as they pack just a wee bit coming to the corner. 500 left to go, and Omen shows the way. A neck on the top weight, Tempest Morn, Snow Hero 3 deep third. Paris Heartbeat is bailed in behind them. The rider going up on the inside. There's a run for it now. Sybil's coming down the outside at the 250, and Sybil hits the front. Snow Hero to second. Here's Miss Zoe putting in the long strides, and a gap to Call Me Lily. Sybil in front. Miss Zoe is challenging very, very decisively, and quickly Miss Zoe shook off Sybil, and away goes Miss Zoe. Miss Zoe wins it easily. Second Sybil, third Call Me Lily, Gentle Genius fourth. Then Tickle My, Snow Hero, followed by Fate Gallant, Veloci, Agile, Paris Heartbeat, and then Hosanna, followed by Omens, and Absolute was Tempest Morn. And what a lucky late ride for Karen McAvoy on number 8, Miss Zoe.
Yeah, lovely ride it was too. Perfectly judged. Miss Zoe on her home track, $11, $3.10 for the place, $14.10 the runner-up. Call Me Lily, $7.50. Fourth has gone the way of number 9, which is Gentle Genius. That's with the Singleton colours boxed in behind them in the ruck. But Miss Zoe, Les Bridge trained, back at Randwick for the first time for quite some time, and makes it her first win. She's locally trained, has formerly placed 6 of 10, and at her 11th Randwick start breaks through for a win. Quinella will pay $449.90, Exacta $735.20, Trifecta on the Randwick race $8,563.